So while you have been really working on yourself, focused on yourself in whatever way, this could be your family, that's part of yourself, your children, if you have any, that's part of yourself, your fur babies, you get the idea, your career, your health, blah, blah, blah. You have a person in the surrounding energy around you that it's like they've had you heavy on the mind. Heavily, heavily, heavily on the mind. I repeat that. They've definitely dreamt of you. They've been woken up from this dream. I know because it happened to me last night, so I'm carrying it over into our message today because I went to sleep on our energy. And I was like, okay, whatever I dream about, if I dream, I'm going to talk about it the next day, and this is what it is. This is an individual who, they haven't known what to say. They haven't had any clue how to approach a conversation with you, a situation with you, or approach a situation or a conversation with you again. So I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. But it's as if, they've had moments where they could get you off their mind. They could distract themselves. They could focus on their own life, whatever they have going on. But recently, something's happened. I don't know what's happened. Something. And it put you right back in the front and center. Okay? Now, I want to pause right there as far as the message goes, and I want to talk about something else I did before I went to sleep last night. So my daughters were like, we have a surprise coming up. I'll tell you that. We have a surprise for my little girl. I'm whispering because she's in the other room. Oh, that's my cats. And it's coming up really soon. But anyway, I can't talk about it. And just as I say that, that was her. She just came in here. Anyway, me and my oldest daughter, we have like a little surprise for her next week, actually. Anyway, so we started to watch Frozen 2. I've never seen it. My girls have already seen it, but my oldest daughter was like, Mom, I think that you should watch Frozen 2. Like, you really need to watch it. And I love musicals. I love any type of cartoon type movie like that. I love it because a lot of times they have really good messages in those, like soulful messages, several messages that could really help people. It's just thrown into cartoons and things most people don't pay attention to. So anyway, long story short, we watched the movie Frozen 2. I ended up liking it better than the first one, which is rare for me. Usually I don't like seconds, thirds, and fourths. I usually like the first better of any movie. And the song that stood out to me the most, I even pulled up the lyrics last night and was looking through them, is Show Yourself. Okay? So I want to talk about that real quick. We're going to touch on that, and then we're going to merge these two messages because I think it's part of our message today. So Show Yourself, lyrics, Frozen 2. All right, we're going to read some of them. I'm going to scroll down a bit. Show yourself. I'm dying to meet you. Show yourself. It's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all my life? Show yourself. I'm ready to learn. So this is you, okay? Whoever clicked on this video. You have been on a self-discovery journey in whatever way. You've been deciding what's best for you. You've been deciding what you need to do, what you need to change, where you need to transform things in some area of your life, okay? Unless this isn't your message. If this is not your message, this could be somebody on the outside of you that you know very well that's going through this. But for the majority of you, I truly believe that this is you. So while you're doing all this transforming, imagine if you've seen the movies, any of the movies Frozen, you're kind of taking on this Elsa energy, like on this self-discovery, learning that, the only way out of something really is through. And that's not my line. I don't know who first said that, but that's very true. And so you've been kind of really, I guess addressing yourself on a lot of things. It's like a never-ending spiritual growth. It's like a never-ending healing that you've been on. So it's like constantly discovering things about yourself, which is healthy. That's good. I know it's exhausting. I know you get through times and moments where it's like, is this ever going to end? Or do I get a moment to breathe? Do I get a break? Doesn't feel like you get much of one, does it? So you're doing all this, feels like just sometimes like a whirlwind, but then you gain momentum. You start to do better in whatever that means, okay? And then you fall back down, and you get back up, and you fall back down. That's life, okay? Just like Frank Sinatra said. Meanwhile, there's somebody around you. I don't know if they're physically around you, but they know of you. And they're also going through their own things, but they haven't really quite addressed themselves as you have, but they've been watching you do it. They've been watching you, observing you, kind of in your own little land, in your own little world, okay? Even if you don't know it, unbeknownst to you probably, they've had a very close eye on your transformation, on your journey in this life. All right, I'm going to read a little bit more. I've never felt so certain all my life. I've been torn, but I'm here for a reason. Could it be the reason I was born? Again, I mean, it's just, I'm hearing miraculous. It's miraculous how much you constantly grow, how much you constantly address yourself, how much you constantly are seeking and searching and seeking and searching. And it's inspirational. I mean, it lifts people up, but especially whoever this is. So let's go back to my dream. You're thinking and not really thinking, but you're seeking yourself. You're seeking yourself to be shown, even if in the movie that's not how it alluded to, but then it was like, oh, it's me, right? You're finding out who you really are here on this planet and why you came. And this individual is, again, observing that, and they've been like, I need to say something to you. I really need to talk to you. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it, but you've really made them figure out some things about their own life by watching you. Not only are you showing yourself to yourself, and the universe, your creator, whoever you believe in, is revealing who you truly are to yourself, but they're also revealing who you are to another person, other people, but especially one who's paying close attention, which in turn is revealing who they are to themselves and the truth of the situation that they've been in, whatever that means. And it's making them almost realize that they're not where they want to be. They're not where they want to be in their life, or they're not where they want to be maybe with a person. They're not where they want to be. Like, they're not as, I don't want to say they don't realize they're not as strong as you, but they're not as free as you. You're free. It seems restrictive though, because you may seem to have less in some way. It doesn't mean you have less money. It doesn't mean you have it. Maybe it does. In some way, you seem to have less than this person. But the closer they examine you, the closer they look into you, they've realized that you're actually very wealthy because you're free. You're not confined. You're not restricted. You're not controlled in any way. And if you find yourself to be controlled in any way, you break the chains, you find a way through, you find a way out, and you learn from it. And this is someone who is like, wow, I want to feel like that. I want that for myself. It's not an envy. It's not a, I want what you have, or I have to do this too so that I can connect with you. No. It's somebody realizing, even though it's like they didn't even know they were needing it, that they're really controlled in whatever environment that they're in, and the control is an illusion of comfort. It's an illusion of happiness. It's an illusion of stability. They are barred. They are chained. They are confined in their reality currently, and they want out. And talking to you or communicating with you or even just listening to you in some way helps them more than you know. And it's almost like you really need to know that, and they want to talk to you. They could even have someone in their environment that maybe, this is not for everybody, that really does not want them to talk to you. If there's anyone around them that knows you, they could be doing and saying things to try to convince this individual why they shouldn't talk to you, speak to you, look up to you, conversate with you, have anything to do with you. That's not for everybody, but for some of you, that's the case. Could even be more than one person. And for a while, they were convincing until this person really paid attention. It's in their paying attention that they've realized the truth about their own life and about their own situation, and that it's very toxic and it's very negative, and they can't breathe. The waters have come to their neck and they're suffocated. I'm hearing Psalms. Emphasis on the number 6 and the number 9. They are suffocated. And it's making them have this like appreciation for you, for like they know that it hasn't been easy. There's no way that it's been easy to break the chains that you've broken in your life. They know, because they're imagining when they do it in their own life, the hell that they're going to have to face. And they're like, wow, you've already had to do all that. Yeah. So in choosing your own path and, you know, not caring what society and family and anyone thinks and making your own way, you've went against a lot of people. You've lost family, you've lost friends, you've lost support, you've gained support, you've gained family, you've gained friends, but in different areas. But it wasn't without loss. It wasn't without pain. Where you've gotten to where you are now, and I don't mean monetarily, has not been without struggle, and it's constant. And it can be lonely, it can be isolating, and this person's realizing that, what true strength is and what true strength looks like, and that freedom is love. And whatever their understanding of life has been up to this point, they're questioning everything. You've been there. You've been where this person is right now, and they know that you have, and this is why they get some sort of comfort in, or they know they will, in speaking to you, communicating with you, or listening to you in some way. You give a sense of understanding, a sense of, you're like a light, really, like a light in the darkness of somebody, or maybe more than one, but there's one individual person. I don't know who this is to you or who they're wanting to be to you. I don't know if you've known them. I don't know if you're blood connected to them. I don't know if I don't know how you know them or if you know them, but I think you know of them for a lot of you. And you're like, it's like an example. You're an example. Wow. And you showing yourself to yourself, you've shown yourself to others, especially to another, which in turn has shown the truth of their own life to them and the truth of who they are to them, although they didn't know they needed it. It was like they had to cross paths with you, or they had to know you in this life. They had to. It's appreciative. They appreciate you. They may even want to tell you that. They could even feel some sort of like energetically smaller compared to you, like, which they shouldn't, but I don't know, I get that vibe. It feels like it here. Like they want to see somebody shrinking down in a chair, like kind of sliding down in a chair. They feel like this, you know, like maybe, and it's just a feeling. It's a vibe. So something someone's going through is very painful right now. They're going through a lot of mental anguish, a lot of mental questions. It doesn't matter what they're showing on the outside. It's taking everything for this person to not crumble on a daily basis, because they're exhausted mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Their soul is really tired, and you also understand that. You understand spiritual fatigue. You understand this life can wear you down, but that you have the power to shift realities. Perspective is everything, and it's not like you have it all figured out. It's not like you don't daily have to show yourself to yourself, check in with yourself, face every single thing that tries to scare you. You have to do it daily, even if it's small. And you somehow get up and you do it, you know, and whether you know it or not, you are a guiding light to at least another individual. And they want to tell you this, that they want to speak to you. I'm not sure in this message if they're going to or not, but in my dream, they did speak to you. They did speak to you, but there were other people around. I also get that this is someone who may even have somebody around them who guilt trips them often, okay? I don't know who this is, but in my dream there was somebody around an individual who was guilt tripping them and even tried to guilt trip you. Even tried to bring you into the mess, and you saw right through it, and you were very transparent in the dream about your own life, and I really don't know how to put it into words. I'll just say that you have a lot of eyes on you. You have more than one person observing, but one in particular who is like addressing their own life now because of you. So if you ever think that you're not a help to people, if you ever think that, like, do you even matter? Does anything you do even matter? Like, is it all just worthless at this point? Should you just walk away and give up? You probably should keep going. Because just because it's quiet doesn't mean no one's listening. And even when you're quiet and you don't know what to say and you retreat and you isolate because that's healthy and you need it, people are still listening in your silence. And they feel you more than you know. All right, guys, thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.